Welcome to Mikun's Hardware. It always happens that my Chinese packages are coming all together, so some moments of time I have too many packages to deal with, and other moments of time I have basically nothing to review. And this is one of those moments when I don't have much to do, so I have a little bit of time to play Call of Duty Warzone. And in this, a little bit unusual video, I would like to share with you a few tips from myself how to improve your level when you do not have possibility to spend 20-40 hours per week like we used to do in our teenage time. But first, I would like to mention that war in Ukraine still continues, and I still do have my friends and relatives at the front line. I know what's going on there, and I'm helping Ukraine as much as I can. I constantly send donations, I send some aid packages, and I also do some extra that I'm not allowed to share right now. If you have any possibility to help Ukraine, support Ukrainian militaries or Ukrainian civilians, please do that, because the Russian terror must end. With that being said, unfortunately we cannot withstand constant pressure. Under constant pressure we simply break, and after that we can do no good. That's why sometimes you need to relax and do something that would help you to restore your energy, and thus this will be a little bit of an entertaining video. And since gaming is entertainment, we need to keep that in mind. What I mean is that many people stick to some game and they constantly die in this game, and it only brings frustration because you cannot get to the level where you kill everyone, you dominate the battlefield, and you feel like a boss. There is nothing wrong in just abandoning this game. Maybe your computer is not good enough for this game. Maybe your skills are not good enough for this game, or maybe this is just not your type of a game. The games are made to bring us enjoyment, and if a game brings you frustration, anger, and displeasement, then feel free to just abandon this game and pick some other game that will bring you enjoyment. Still, if you decide to stick with Call of Duty, Battlefield, or any other first-person shooter, you just need to accept the fact that you are gonna die, and you will die a lot. If you can accept this fact and be patient, then you can slowly master your skills and enjoy the game. Regarding the patience, I have to say that reviving dead teammates is one of the most common mistakes of the new players. Very often when a teammate needs my help, I just rush in, try to save the teammate and die myself. This makes absolutely no sense. This is a game, it's not a real life. There is no shame in abandoning your teammate if it is not safe to revive them. Just take your time, assess the situation, make sure that it is safe, and after that try to revive your teammate if it is safe. If you failed to revive the teammate, well, whatever, just go for another round, it's just a game. The same can be said about any kind of fights. Sometimes you are engaged in some sort of a firefight and you feel or you understand that you will not be able to win this firefight. For example, the enemy side has more players, or the enemy players are better equipped, or the enemies are simply better players. In that case, I would suggest to just abandon the fight, run away, and maybe come back later when you have a better chance of winning this fight. There is absolutely no reason to stay in a firefight if you know for sure or you understand that you will not be able to survive it. The same applies to your teammates and all sorts of missions. If for some reason your teammate decides to take on a very complicated or very hard mission where you all will die, you are not obliged to follow this teammate and you're not obliged to die with this teammate. Just let them go, let them die, and you do something that you would enjoy doing, instead of getting killed instantly and feel like you're just raging for the game instead of playing the game. Another very common mistake of inexperienced players is to try to loot eliminated operators as soon as possible. So you engage in a firefight, you win the firefight, you feel good, and then you try to check what's in that backpack. And while you're checking the backpack, you're getting killed. So you need to remember that most likely the enemy has some buddies around, and those buddies are most likely trying to help their teammate as well. And that means that you first need to make sure that it is safe to loot the backpack before you do that. Maybe it is better to just abandon that custom gun, and maybe it's better to just abandon that backpack and sit in your cover and wait and evaluate the situation. And only if it is safe you can go and pick it up, otherwise just turn around and walk away. Regarding the custom guns, I can say the following. Since we do not have enough time to master each and every gun in the game, I would suggest to pick a gun that you like, pick a gun that works for you, and just stick to this gun. Set it up the way you like it, and just keep using the gun until you're bored with it. If you constantly try to switch the gun to try to find something better, then you constantly need to learn techniques of each new gun. And that means that you need to learn when to reload the gun, how to aim, how to use mouse to control the recoil and all that other stuff. It brings a lot of frustration and very silly moments when you believe that you still have enough ammo to take down another opponent, but in reality you don't have enough ammo, or something like that. It also may happen after you take down an opponent, you check the backpack and there is a very cool custom gun, you pick this gun and then immediately you die because you simply don't know how to properly use this gun, or the gun is behaving not to what you would expect. One more thing that I see rather often from inexperienced players is that they are running back and forth and trying to check every locker and pick up every collectible. So my take on it, if you already have a good gun, if you already have your ammo, you have got your setup ready and go, then don't waste your time running around and trying to check every possible storage. Most likely, while you're busy picking up some useless shit, someone will enter the room and you're not prepared, so they will just kill you instantly. And instead of picking up something interesting, you will end up at the respawn screen. So, all these advices are pretty obvious, and I believe that most of you would probably come to the same conclusion after some gameplay, but I have one extra advice which is not that obvious, and this one is that I recommend you to play in the morning. For example, you get up at something like 4 or 5 a.m. and then you play for a few hours until you need to go to school, or maybe you need to go to work, or maybe you need to take care of your kids. In this case, you do not risk to spend too much time playing games, and it will not affect your real life. But also, in the morning, we do not have those annoying players who are playing for 40-60 hours per week and mastering their skills. So big noobs like I am can enjoy the gameplay and have some nice wins, because those pro players are simply sleeping and not bothering to play in the morning. And with this I have to say, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, I hope this little gaming video will help you wait until I get my AliExpress packages for more technical video reviews. I hope to see you in the next video, and bye bye.